I'm a reactor. I'm one that with you and that's going to react to things that happens. But yeah, I don't believe in being spontaneous at all. And so that's what I mean when I say I will orchestrate something. You know, if I want somebody to get slapped or something like that, we're going to put a plan together. You'll never get me being emotional like a bitch and spontaneous and taking penitentiary chances. No, no. You probably can slap me. And I always said, you slap me, you might get away with slapping me right then. But trust me, you're going to pay for that slap one day. And that's what I mean by that. So, yeah.
Now we need to check out another part of Michael Carlin's theory. Reggie Wright Jr. and the allegedly dirty cops who he and Suge Knight was bringing into the inner circle of death row.
You got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Freudian slip.
You got a lot to cover up.
We got a lot to cover up.
Well, who do you think killed Tupac?
I believe Orlando Anderson killed Tupac.
Are Sharitha and Reggie Wright Jr. telling the truth? Michael Carlin doesn't think so.
You got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Freudian slip.
You got a lot to cover up.
We got a lot to cover up.
So guys,
what's going on?
Greg Kading is out. His lawyer won't let him do it, so
we've been waiting around for Kading all day, and
and now
he's not
he's a
coming.
no-show.
Really, I wanted to talk to him because there's so much to ask him.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one more installment of the Ineffective Counsel Keefe video. And basically what I'm saying is whoever is advising the attorneys and this investigator, they're really fucking dumb. I mean, dumb. These are dumb people. And that's why I think what we need to do is we need to just ask a few questions, like, where can we find Tupac's medical file? I know where it is. It's just a HIPAA thing, and I can't get it. But a court could get it. Attorneys could get it. They could subpoena it. And all you have to do is go to the surgeon, Dr. John Martins. He has Tupac's file. So that's one thing they could do. Why not get Tupac's file so that they could look exactly at his medical records and see what happened? Other questions the defense should be asking. Was Reggie's number discovered in Keefe's pay-o book? Were they working together? And by the way, where's a good source for that information? Your client? I mean, your client could come out and talk about the crimes he committed that have a statute of limitation on them, where he was working with or for, or however that word, with Reggie. How come that's not coming out? That's kind of dumb. Those crimes, statute of limitation is passed. Drug trafficking, money laundering with the drug trafficker, convicted drug trafficker and money launderer. Why isn't that coming out? Did Reggie's wife used to date Keefe? I mean, I've heard the speculation about it, but why isn't that out? Why isn't that being talked about? Is there a relationship between Keefe and Reggie's wife? I want to know more about it. Why aren't those attorneys putting that out? Why aren't they getting statements from Keefe and putting those out? Did Compton PD allege that Orlando shot at them previous to the Tupac murder? That they hated Orlando Anderson? He's there at the MGM just standing around waiting. And you can see him. He's just standing there. And there's a whole gaggle of other people that seem to be in on the school play, and they're all just standing there. So if Compton PD hated Orlando, that's maybe why they had a motive to set him up. Orlando is murdered at a car wash on a day his grandmother passed away, and he was heading over to Mom's Burgers to get food because the family had gathered at the house. They called an order into Mom's, and Reggie Wright Sr. was on the scene. People that I talked to in Compton were there a minute later. They got there a minute later, and Reggie Sr. looked like he had already been there for a while. And if you talk to other people that were there witnessing the shooting, it wasn't just the Stone brothers and Orlando Anderson doing the shooting. Everybody was doing the shooting, and they all put their heads down because so many people were firing bullets. And if everybody that was there was doing the shooting, that would include Reggie Sr. Why isn't that coming out? And Michael Duro didn't touch a gun. He had no gunshot residue on his hands, and he gets charged with all 3 murders and gets sent off to the nethermost parts of the prison system so that he can't talk to anybody. Why isn't that being talked about? So, were Reggie and Keefe D competition in the drug game? That would be a good thing to be talking about, right? And why does Reggie know every single thing that's about to happen in this case, done by the prosecution, before those decisions are made public? He is like the publicist for this case. How does he know? Who is it that's on the inside that's feeding him this information, and why does it appear that Reggie is orchestrating this case from the outside? That's what it looks like. Why? Why is a suspect? He's in the confession letter, that makes him a suspect. He's now been listed in a court document, that makes him a suspect. He is an official suspect in the Biggie Smalls case. He is rumored to be involved in Bobby Finch. He's rumored to be involved in Vince Buchanan. He's rumored to be involved in Buntry. He's rumored to be involved in a whole host of other murders. Why is a murder suspect getting inside baseball about what's going to happen with this case? Yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all have ineffective counsel. Keefe D, if you're listening to this, you have ineffective attorneys. You have an ineffective investigator, and they have ineffective advisors who do not understand the volume of information there is about this case that leads to other people in other places besides you.
What up, Ballpurse family? How y'all doing? Hey, John, you got a lot to cover up, y'all.
You know, there we got a lot to cover up.
Puffy was going up the stairs, and he said, I don't care if Tupac died, I don't care if Biggie gotta die, and I don't care if Suge gotta go to prison for the rest of his life.
We got a confession letter on how everything went down and who's responsible.
Now, getting back to Russell was following in the footsteps of his dad, and he was able to work through the LAPD and have all the things that had to be done within the LAPD. He certainly knew the streets very well, and circumstances in his case were far more tragic because he was killed in the line of duty.
They got to be sorry for what they did.
Like I said, I had two of the toughest guys for him, and Reggie pulled them off of me. It didn't have to happen. I told him to send 5 guys from the club to there, and they never sent nobody.
Suge was set up. I'm like, cuz, you going to Vegas? You going to Vegas, cuz? They finna try to do something to me.
I mean, murder is pretty simple. The first person you go after is the spouse.
Perez and them was all involved. They were trying to kill me too, but see, because Perez and Reg was good friends, and Perez and Sarita and Reg is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
Why would I want a paper trail when I never brought him around nowhere? So if I'm gonna hide him in secret, you think I'm gonna let somebody catch a paper trail? They were paid cash by Snoop.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It was a murder for hire hit.
If it was an actual shooting in Vegas, it's on camera in Vegas.
It's witnesses that said they gave no sex to kill me. So I knew it was cameras everywhere in Vegas because I went to UNLV.
All of the corners in Vegas was equipped with cameras.
Those guys, if you go back and watch the film, they was already stalking Pac, watching him. So that just tipped the iceberg when something happened. But there was a plan already to do something to him.
How come Reggie is Suge's bodyguard and he wasn't with Suge?
We went to Las Vegas Metro in '97. After Biggie was killed, I think there's got to be a connection between the two. The politicians said they don't want to solve it, so they told the investigators put it up on the shelf.
I'm quite sure they saw the first one, they saw the second one because it's the same circle of people.
You got a lot to cover up, y'all.
Freudian slip.
You got a lot to cover up.
Orlando wasn't even the shooter, you know? He was actually a good kid too, you know?
Supposedly there's a hit on Suge.
Wounds are life-threatening, but serious, not in critical condition at this time. And the person, as you are already aware, who was the passenger in this vehicle is a known rap performer by the name of Tupac Shakur.
With Tupac, I still got a 45 bullet etched to my skull.
We've been informed that doctors have told the family members that they expect the rap star to once again recover from his injuries.
They know who was going on behind all that stuff, you know? How much would it cost to get rid of Suge? They said, what you mean by get rid of him? He said, kill him.
They put a hit on Suge.
Reggie's dad told me that. Well, he said, Michael, if anything happened to Suge, that's what he told me. Anything happened to Suge, Reggie would run the majority of the company.
It's the same people, same circle of people. It have nothing to do with me, you know?
Treated on the paper. Yeah, Reggie would carry most of the burden.
It's tough because they want the ownership of my company.
Hey, John, you got a lot to cover up, y'all.
The head of gangs and homicide from the Compton PD is Reggie Wright Sr. And the head of security at Death Row is Reggie Wright Jr.
I'm amazed to this day how Reggie and his father are in prison.
The vice president on TV talking about taking my record off the shelves. Police, you know, every time they see me, they think I'm a cop killer.
It was an assassination attempt on Suge in Las Vegas, who would have everything to gain.
I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up. So
I was told it was an operation. It was a planned assassination.
How come Reggie is Suge's bodyguard and he wasn't with Suge?
He wanted to be Suge Knight so bad.
Where stuff really come from, it come from because they want the ownership of my company.
Police did not follow up on the most basic lead.
Just happened to have officers in the right spot at the right time, were able to radio ahead.
The cops that they trying to connect to Death Row were never hired on Death Row.
He had no relationship with any police officers.
When I got shot, it was 37 cameras.
All the artists at Death Row was willing to come with me.
There's other rappers who wanted Suge taken out.
I'm scared of no one.
My pitch was to record labels and to the company was to have police officers that could be good witnesses and for the inmates.
You crooked ass cop.
I didn't need to take from niggas. I was institutionalized, motherfucker. If I tell threatened by anybody, you want to know the real. Nigga would have went to jail for a long time fucking with me.
Get everything you deserve.
Perez and Sarita and Reg is great friends, and so all those three together was trying to plot.
You always will tell you, those are Reggie people.
Suge didn't let none of my security ride with me. Because I feel like they finna try to do something to me.
You need some guys, you need some ex-cops to work off duty or
Police corruption cannot exist. Cannot exist unless it is condoned and tolerated by upper police management.
Greg Kading is out. His lawyer won't let him do it.
You crooked ass cop.
Could it be that the police department had something to do with Tupac's murder?
And that's what happened. Our lives was in jeopardy.
In the hospital there, something wasn't right.
You know, situation was, me and Pac had a little falling out a day or two before that in New York.
Now, you don't take no ass whipping like that unless something's up. Unless the goose is cooked.
Orlando wasn't even a shooter, He was actually a good kid, too,
Now, Orlando Anderson, here he is, the only Southside Crip standing in a casino. He was planetary.
Wow, the last time I saw him, he was laying in the bed, holding on to his last breath.
Yeah, John, we got a lot to cover up.
Nobody cared about Pac having the right amount of security at all, period.
No one cared.
It was not mentioned at all.
No one cared. And every time I ask Reggie, he gets really defensive.
Told you in the hospital there, something wasn't right.
Interfering with the Vegas case. He's a lieutenant in Compton, LAPD, whatever. Interfering with the Vegas case.
Jimmy is close personal friends with Reggie Wright Sr.
Because Pop, that weekend before he went, was talking about pulling away from the labels and starting their own.
And let's go and try to be a distributor on our own. At that time, it was 6 majors, and he was trying to be number 7. I remember he was talking about calling it Lucky 7.
Now, we don't want that, man. It's enough brothers out here dying already.
Yeah, John, y'all got a lot to cover up. Y'all motherfuckers got Pac. Do y'all know how much that hurts our hearts?
Anybody that ever put their hands on me, I'll tell you, might not get you that day, but you're gonna get got.